Hello everyone, today we want to talk to you about some basic concepts of fractions. When we were primary, we learned about proper fractions, improper fractions, and mixed fractions. For example, this fraction, 2 over 5. The 2 is the numerator and the 5 is the denominator. It is a proper fraction when the numerator is smaller than the denominator. On the other hand, 13 over 6 is an improper fraction. For mixed fraction, 1 and 3 over 7, it has a whole number part and a fraction part. When we were kids, we often write the answer as a mixed fraction. But now in secondary, we no longer need to do so. We can write the final answer as a proper fraction or an improper fraction, as long as it is the most simplified. When we were kids, we also learned about expanding and simplifying. For example, 5 over 7. We want to turn the 7 into 63. We know that we need to multiply 7 by 9 in order to get 63. To keep the same value, we do the same for the numerator. So the value of the triangle is 45. And this is how we expand. Here's another example. 15 over 21. We want to turn the denominator 21 into 7. We know that the denominator is divided by 3. To keep the same value, the numerator also have to do the same step. So the final answer after simplification is 5 over 7. This is how we simplify. The other way is expand. I'm pretty sure all of you understand. And this kind of skill, we use it in questions as follows, such as comparing fractions and arranging them in order. If fractions have the same denominator, then it is very easy to compare and arrange these fractions. For example, in here, all three fractions have the same denominator 16, so all we need to do is look at the numerator to arrange them in order. If we have the same numerator, we could also arrange them in order. Like in here, we have the same numerator, but the smaller denominator means it has a bigger value. Think of it like we have $13. Splitting it among 5 people must be more than splitting it among 12 people. The way that we order these two groups of fractions, we call it descending order, which means from largest to smallest. The opposite is called ascending order. Here we have 3 fractions that we want to arrange. But as you can see, they all have different denominators. Therefore, we need to use expansion or simplification to help us. In this question, if we do an expansion to make the denominator the same, then we could easily arrange them. For example, 3 over 4, we want to make the denominator 16. Since we know that the denominator is multiplied by 4, we do the same for the top, so it's now 12. We do the same thing for 5 over 8. After expansion, it is 10 over 16. Having the same denominator, we can compare them with just the numerator. And now, to arrange them in ascending order, the smallest one is 7 over 16, followed by 5 over 8, and finally 3 over 4. We also need to use this skill when we are doing mixed arithmetic operations. At this stage, we cannot do anything. We need to first do a step called taking the common denominator, to let them have an equal denominator. In the previous question, we have already expanded these 3 numbers, so let's write them back down. When the denominator is the same, we could directly operate on them. We can write it such as this. After doing the operation, the final answer is 9 over 16. If we are doing division, we do not need to take the common denominator. For example, here in this question, we just need to do a simplification. But before that, we need to turn this into a multiplication. And so we keep 3 over 4, we turn the division into a multiplication, then we reverse the term at the back. Now we can do simplification. We can simplify 16 and 4, leaving only 4. And so for the final answer, we multiply the numerator 3 times 4 equals 12. The denominator 7 left, and now this is the final answer. Remember, we just need to simplify to the lowest term, and we do not need to put it back as a mixed fraction. That's it for today. If there's any questions, please go to the maths room and ask your teachers. Goodbye.